You are the person everyone relies on. You are the rock, the anchor, the therapist. You listen to their problems for hours without interrupting. You give the best advice and you fix the unfixable. But let me ask you a terrifying question. Who do you call when you are breaking down? Who holds you when you are the one falling apart? If you are like most strong people, the answer is silence. You do not call anyone. You sit alone in your room and you stare at the wall. You feel the weight crushing your chest. You want to scream. You want to cry. But the moment you try to pick up the phone, you freeze. Your throat closes up. You convince yourself that you are just being dramatic. You tell yourself that you can handle it alone, because you have always handled it alone. This is not just being introverted. This is not just being tough. This is a psychological trauma response called hyper-independence, and it is slowly destroying you from the inside out. In the next few minutes, I am going to dissect the psychology of the strong friend. I will explain why asking for help feels like dying to you, and I will show you why your strength is actually a prison. Most people think you are strong because you never struggle. But the truth is much darker than that. You are strong because you never felt safe enough to be weak. Let that sink in. You learned that having needs was dangerous. So, you decided to stop having them. We are going to peel back the layers of this defense mechanism. We will look at the childhood roots of this behavior. We will examine the neurological cost of suppressing your emotions. And finally, I will tell you how to break this cycle. Because if you don't, one day the dam will break, and the flood will take everything with it. So if you are tired of being the strong one, if you are exhausted from carrying the world on your shoulders, then you need to listen to every word of this video. Let's begin. You were not born this independent. No baby comes into the world refusing to be held. No child naturally hides their tears from their mother. This behavior was learned. It was trained into you like a survival instinct. Psychologists call this hyper-independence. It is a fortress you built to protect yourself. But who are you protecting yourself from? Usually it starts in childhood. Maybe your parents were emotionally unavailable. Maybe they were chaotic or unpredictable. You learned very early on a painful lesson. The adults in the room could not handle your needs. When you cried, you were ignored or scolded. When you asked for help, you were a burden. So you made a silent vow to yourself. I will never need anyone ever again. I will handle everything myself. You became the easy child, the one who never caused trouble, the one who was so mature for their age. But maturity at age 7 is not a gift. It is a trauma response. You robbed yourself of childhood to survive. You learned to read the room instantly. You anticipated everyone else's needs before they even spoke. You became an expert at fixing other people, because if you were fixing them, you were safe. If you were useful, you were allowed to stay. This created a dangerous belief in your subconscious. You believe that love is transactional. You think people only love you for what you do, not for who you are. You think if you stop being strong, they will leave. If you stop being the therapist, they will abandon you. So you keep giving and giving. You pour from an empty cup until it cracks. You say, I'm fine when you are drowning. You say, it's okay when it definitely is not. Your nervous system is constantly in overdrive. You are stuck in a state of high alert. You are scanning for threats even when you are safe. This is why you feel tired all the time. It is not physical tiredness. It is soul exhaustion. You are carrying the emotional weight of 10 people, but you refuse to let anyone carry yours. And here is the tragic irony of your life. You are the loneliest person in the room. You have friends, but they only know the strong you. They do not know the terrified child inside. You have built a wall so high that love cannot get in. You complain that no one checks on you, but you have trained them not to check. You have acted so capable that they believe you. They think you are invincible. They do not see the cracks in the dam, and you are terrified to show them. Because showing cracks feels like failure. Asking for help feels like admitting defeat. So you suffer in silence. You wait for someone to read your mind. You wait for someone to save you. But no one is coming to save you, because you have convinced the world you don't need saving. This isolation is self-inflicted, but it is not your fault. It was the only way you knew how to survive. But you are not a child anymore. The danger has passed. You do not need to be your own soldier anymore. The armor that kept you safe is now suffocating you. It is keeping out the pain, but it is also keeping out the joy. It is keeping out the connection you desperately crave. You are starving for intimacy, but you are terrified of being seen. Because to be seen is to be vulnerable, and to be vulnerable is to be hurt, or so your brain tells you. But what if your brain is wrong? What if your strength is actually your weakness? What if the thing you fear most is the only cure? It is time to rewrite your definition of strength. For years you thought strength meant silence. You thought it meant enduring pain without flinching. But that is not strength. That is rigidity. And in nature, things that are rigid eventually break. Think about a bridge during a storm. If the bridge is too stiff, it snaps. It must be able to sway to survive. You need to learn how to sway. You need to learn how to bend without breaking. Real strength is not hiding your weakness. Real strength is having the courage to show it. It takes zero courage to say, I'm fine. It takes immense courage to say, I'm hurting. It takes bravery to say, I need help. So, here is your challenge for today. Find one person you trust, just one, and tell them a small truth. You don't have to dump your entire trauma on them. Just say, I had a hard day, or say, I am feeling a bit overwhelmed. Watch what happens next. Your brain expects them to reject you, but they won't. They will likely lean in. They will appreciate your honesty, because your vulnerability gives them permission to be vulnerable too. You are not burdening them. You are connecting with them. You are giving them the gift of knowing the real you. If they leave because you are human, let them go. They were only there for the utility, not the person. But the real ones will stay. The real ones have been waiting for you to let them in. You do not have to carry the sky alone. You are allowed to put the weight down. You are allowed to be the one who is held. You are allowed to rest. Not just sleep, but truly rest. To let your nervous system know that the war is over. The child inside you is still waiting for permission. Tell that child it is safe to come out now. Tell that child they don't have to earn love anymore. You are worthy, simply because you exist, not because of what you do for others. Drop the shield, let the walls crumble, and watch how much lighter your life becomes. We have decoded the human mind together today, but there is one more secret about your personality. Something even deeper that controls your decisions. I will reveal that in the next video, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. It might just explain the rest of your life. Hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notifications, because the journey into your mind has only just begun. I will see you on the other side.